Welcome to our ProPresenter tutorial. In this first video, we're going to take a tour of the layout of ProPresenter. At the very top of ProPresenter, we have our toolbar with some different actions. The toolbar is customizable, so you can change the buttons that show up on your toolbar. Underneath the toolbar on the left, you'll see a preview screen. This preview screen shows you what is showing up on the display monitor or the display screen where you're going to be sending your screen. Below that is our library. The library contains all of your documents, all of your songs, all of your presentation slides. You can think of the library as being a set of slides. So each song has its own set of slides. So here, Jesus Paid It All, and we can see the slides for that song. And Job's Story, here are the slides for that song. Underneath the library, we have our playlist. So the playlist is going to be which slides you use each week or each service. So in the left side of the playlist window is where you can create a new playlist. And then in the right side of that window is where you add items from your library to that particular playlist. So if we look at this one, we see that we have March 13th as our playlist. And for March 13th, the songs that we did were Mountaintop, Christ is Risen, and Always. And then we have the sermon slides for that Sunday. Playlists can be called anything you want them to be. If you go down to this gear icon down on the bottom and select New Playlist, so you can call it anything you want. I like to name them the date just so that we know what day it is that we're using these. So that's why I have March 13th on there. Or the next one then would be March 20th. And then we can do a new playlist. And so for the playlist then, we just go up to the library and we grab a song and drag it into the playlist. So we have Jesus Paid It All. Let's do Joy to the World. And then we're going to, let's continue our March 13th sermon. So that's our playlist as we have it. And then you can see that when you click on an item, then in the main window, we have the slides for that particular item. So if I go back to my library and I select Love Heal Me, then I see in the main window the slides for just that song. Now if I go down to my playlist and I select an item in my playlist, then I can see all the items, all the slides for my playlist. Now I have this button right here that says contiguous in the playlist section right above the playlist. There's a button that says contiguous. I have that clicked so that it goes through from one library item to the next in my playlist. If I turn that off, then it only shows me the slides for the playlist item that is selected. And then when I select the next item, then it shows me those slides. And then the next item shows me only those slides. I find it easier during a service when running ProPresenter to have the contiguous button turned on so that I have all of my slides available. You can also change the size of the slides to make it easier to read, or if you wanted, you can make them bigger to make it easier to read, or you can make them smaller so that you can fit more on the screen. Whatever your preference is there. You can also change the layout from slides to a list. I like to have mine set out on a slide. So that's the basic layout of ProPresenter. In our next video, we're going to get more in depth into how to use ProPresenter, how to create playlists and run a service in ProPresenter.